our writing time.
Okay.
All right, so today we are going to begin. Today's the first day of our writing process. Now, we said that our writing process is going to take 4 weeks to finish. Okay, so it's going to take a long time, but by the end of it, we're going to write amazing stories, and I can't wait to read all of your stories. Now, if you remember from yesterday, our writing is going to be a personal narrative. So the word personal means that it's about your life, right? So, Josiah, I don't want you to write about your mom's life, right? Or Nadia, I don't want you to write about your sister's life. I want everyone to write about their own life because it's a personal narrative, okay? Yesterday, we talked about the difference between watermelon stories, which are stories that have a lot of details. And then we also talked about little seed stories, right? And today I want us to practice choosing seed stories in our lives, okay? So a specific thing that happened, but now remember guys, when we choose our stories that we're gonna write about, I need you to choose something that you remember, and I need you to choose something that you can tell me about in detail. So for instance, someone from my morning class, for one of their ideas, they wrote, the first time I drank a bottle. And I was like, you don't remember drinking a bottle? That happened like when you were a baby, right? You're not going to remember all the details about that. So please don't choose something like that for your topic. I want you to think of ideas that you can remember and that you can tell Miss Waldy a lot about. Remember, we talked about writing is just like talking to a friend. So if I'm going to tell you about my trip to the zoo, right? That's exactly how you would write, the way you talk to a friend, okay? Now, the way we're going to start coming up with ideas is something called brainstorming. Does anyone know what the word brainstorming means? Zoe?
Brainstorming means is this: you get an idea in your mind and then you write it down, and then when you're making your story, you write all those facts but in your story.
Good job, Zoe. So exactly what she said, you're getting all the ideas from your brain and we're dumping them. Krista, put your phone away, please. We're putting all of our ideas on a sheet of paper, okay? And so that's what we're gonna practice today. So this is what I need us to pay close attention to. So listen, Miss Waldy, Krista, I'm not gonna ask you it again. Put away your phone. Put it off to the side. All right. Now, the document we're gonna look at for today, it's going to have all your work for the next 4 weeks, okay? But I do not want you to do all of the slides today. I put it by day, so I only want you to work on the slides that are assigned to the day. So let me show you what I mean so you can understand it better. So when you get into Google Classroom for your assignment for today, it's gonna look something like this. Now notice, boys and girls, all the slides that are on there. Look at on the left side, how I'm scrolling down. Isn't that a bunch? You're not doing it today. You're only doing it, I already labeled it by the day. So today's Wednesday, September 2nd. So guess what? All you're working on is brainstorming. You're only doing this one, okay? Did that happen? Oh. Okay. And then tomorrow we're going to work on something else. So you only do this slide for tomorrow. So do y'all understand how you're not going to work on everything? You're only working on the day that Miss Waldy tells you to. So for today, you're going to start off with putting your name. I need everyone to put their name. And then you're going to work on this one, the brainstorming one. Now, I'm going to model things that happen in my so I can give you some ideas, okay? So remember, we're thinking of seed stories in our life. So one of the seed stories I have is when I cut my chin open. That's one of my seed stories. Now that really happened to Miss Waldy when I was little. I actually cut my chin open and blood was gushing everywhere. And so maybe that's something I want to write about. I want to tell you about the time when I cut my chin open, and I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened. Wouldn't that be a cool story to read? Right? It's kind of a gross one, but it's an interesting story on how it happened. So I can tell you the details on that one, right? So that might be a good one. Another idea I had was the time my sister was born. Now, the reason I chose this one is because I was actually there when my sister was born. I was in the delivery room with her and I saw her come. And so I might want to tell you about that one too, right? And how I felt and my feelings. Maybe another story I have was the time I learned to ride a bike. Maybe I want to tell you about the very first time I learned. Now, that kind of happened a very long time ago for Miss Waldy, so I might not really remember what happened. So remember, you're choosing things that you can remember, okay? Don't choose things when you were 1 year old, because are you really going to remember what happened? Not really, right? So choose things that you know. Maybe another one is my trip to Corpus. And then maybe I want to talk
You
about
went to Corpus?
the big fish I caught. Okay, so remember guys, my trip to Corpus is a watermelon story. That's a big story. But do you see how I made a seed story by saying the big fish I caught? So now I'm going to tell you about maybe a fish when I went fishing in Corpus. Okay, so that's another story. When you finish your 6 ideas, so you need to come up with 6 different things. We're not writing about all 6. You're going to end up picking one. Julian, wake up, please. You're going to pick one thing that you like. But right now you're just brainstorming. You're coming up with ideas. What you could do if you get done early, because this shouldn't take you long. It should be really fast to come up with ideas. You can put pictures for your ideas. So remember, you just click insert, you go to image, and you click search the web. So now I can search. So maybe this one says when I cut my chin open, so I'm gonna Google a chin. Oh my goodness, these are funny chins. I'm gonna do this one, the man, where it's pointing to his chin. Okay, so it's gonna come up like this, so I have to make it smaller by dragging it, and now I can put it in my box until it fits. Okay, and then another one, it says the time my sister was born, so I might add another picture of sister. And I like this one, it says sister. So I'm gonna click that one. And then now I'm gonna put it in my box. So you can do this if you have extra time, okay? Now remember guys, let me explain this again. This whole thing, we're working on this for the next 4 weeks. So that means you can turn it in if you want, okay? You can click turn in when you're done. But the thing is, I'm gonna send it back to you when I'm done with no grade, okay? So if I send it back to you with no grade, don't send it back to me again, okay? Just keep it, because tomorrow I'm gonna make a new assignment for you so we can work on the next part. Does that make sense? So my morning class did a really good job of following these directions. So I want to make sure you guys follow the same directions when you finish your brainstorming, because remember, are we working on all the slides today? No. Which one are y'all only working on today? The first one?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
The brainstorming. Good job. So we're only working on brainstorming today. When you're done, you can click in, but you don't have to click turn in, because tomorrow I'm going to give that assignment to you again, and then we're going to work on Thursday, okay? Does that make sense what we're doing, guys? All right, if you're good to go, you can log off and you can begin working on your writing. Remember, guys, hold on. Social studies is by yourself for now on, remember? So you don't need to log into social studies anymore because you just do it by yourself, okay? If you have questions, I will still be online, okay? So you can pop in and say, hey, Miss Waldy, can you help me with this? And I'll still be online, okay? All right, if you're good to go and you know the directions, you may leave. But if you have questions, stay, okay?
Bye.
Yes, Emma, you have a question?
Miss Wadi,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know how you you said that once you cut your chin,
Mm-hmm.
well, once I was on the playground with my friend, and she was walking, and I was gonna tell her that her shoe was untied, and well, she didn't hear me, so she kept on walking, and I was gonna tell her, and I accidentally tripped, and my chin, it had a scar.
Oh my goodness. So maybe that could be one of your ideas that you write, right? Jose, yes. Did you have a question?
What if we do something about Christmas? Like, if
Yeah,
there's a time about Christmas.
that could be a good topic. You can put about when it was Christmas. Okay, that's an idea.
That's a water better, right? That's a
You
water
just have to
better.
come up. You just have to come up with 6 of them. So come up with 6 different ideas. Okay. All right. Anyone else have questions before y'all go do your work, Krista?
One time I broke my leg, and it
Oh
was
my
so
goodness.
fun.
So maybe
It
that
was
could be one of your
fun
topics.
because
The time you broke your leg, right? You can put that on there.
it was so fun because you didn't get to do nothing.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Walter. Do you have one?
Where are we supposed to go?
It's on Google Classroom. You go to writing, okay? It's your writing assignment. Yes, Zoe.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Krista.
How do you change your name at the bottom?
You
With the
just,
mic.
click, you just click on it. You click on type here. Type your name here. You double click it, and you can erase what it says.
Yeah, it won't let me. It just makes the screen huger.
Okay, because you're on the Zoom button. So you need to go to the top. Do you see how there's a button with an arrow at the top?
What arrow?
Okay. So share your screen with me, Chris. Emma and Jose, log off if you're done. Go log off and go do your work.
Okay. Bye.
So
Bye.
how do I change my name?
Hold on, Zoe. So you have to click